So before I start this one, I'm actually going to do something that we've discussed often, and it's the concept of implied parentheses. We have to keep this in mind here. So when all of a sudden I cross multiply, I end up getting 4 multiplied by the entire thing. Don't forget that. This is all equal to the 10 times 5, which is 50. And now I can go and solve it. Now, you can solve this in 2 different ways. I'm going to do the first way where I'm going to go straight to inverse operations, divide both sides by 4 and get r plus 10 equals 12.5. Subtract 10 from both sides and get r equals 2.5. If you had wanted instead, you could have distributed that 4 and gotten 4r plus 40 equals 50. If you were to solve this equation, you would again get r equals 2.5. And you can actually just plug this in to see if it works. 4/5 is 0.8. If I plug 2.5 into here, I get a 10 over a 12.5, and this is 0.8. So make sure this example's in your notes before moving on to your practice. So here's your first practice. I'm going to write it bigger, and I'm going to then give you a moment to try it on your own. So I'll do this one in a little more detail. Again, I'm going to remind myself to use implied parentheses. I'm going to cross multiply and get 6 all multiplied by k minus 2 is all equal to the cross multiplication of 4 times 5, which is 20. Now I'm going to distribute first and get 6k minus 12, because it's a positive and a negative, is equal to 20. I'm going to add 12, and all of a sudden get 6k equals a 32. I'm going to divide both sides by 6, and k is equal to 32/6. But I can simplify this further and get 16/3. And this would be my final answer for k. You have 2 more practice problems. Here's practice number 5. Give it a shot. So here's the answer to practice problem 5. Notice I'm solving it by dividing first. I'm switching up the way in which I'm approaching the solution. I did 5 multiplied by all of x plus 6. How did your answer match up to this? If you're feeling confident, go on to practice 6. Otherwise, come see me in Google Meet. Here is your last practice problem. So you try it first. Here's our last practice problem of the day. Notice this time I solved it by distributing. And I left my final answer as 31/6 because that does not simplify any further. So we've now looked at solving equations, solving inequalities, and solving proportions. We've looked at solving equations and inequalities with word problems. So you can assume that our next lesson is proportions with word problems. So now that class is over, I need everyone to get up, move around, because I'm about to do that same thing. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Bye.